Alrighty then. Successful indie author, 5 minute focus, episode 1280. Never let the fear win. Fear. Here we are. Are you afraid of the dragon? Dragon's not afraid of you. Why? Because he's tearing things down. He's ripping things up. You and your little puny arrows, he's not afraid. Here I am, New Zealand. Morning's coming. Fear. Let's talk about fear. Yeah, I'm hesitant to walk outside because there's a rat. I'm sharing my porch with a rat, and he comes out and checks it out, and I always look around because I'm wearing these little flip flop things that fall off my feet if I try to move too fast or turn too fast. Fear. I'm not afraid of a little rat. I yelled at him yesterday, and he ran off the porch, so it's okay. We have a tenuous peace going on. So are you jumpy or anxious? And this is, you have to find where your fear is. What am I afraid of? I don't want to get bit because I don't have to go to the hospital here because it's just me. And I'm not sure where the hospital is in Raglan, New Zealand. I'm sure there is one down there. But yeah, don't want to get bit. What are you afraid of? And that's the hardest question that we have to answer, because you'll get jumpy, you'll be anxious about something, and what you're anxious about right now may not be what you're really afraid of. What are you afraid of? And it could be the bigger fear of losing everything you have, which is a huge fear, but it's something that we live with as adults. You tolerate every single day. You go driving to work. What if you get in an accident and it's your fault and you get sued and you lose everything? Probably not going to happen. Very most likely is not going to happen. However, there's some time it's out there, that fear, and you get paralyzed. Now you can't drive. What about writing? What are you afraid of with writing? You're just writing a book. People are gonna hate you because you wrote a book. They read something and read into it, and sometimes they are grossly wrong about what they read and how they treat you. What the hell? Who cares? Yeah, that's not. Do not submit to the radical people out there who just want to troll you and who they have their own fear and anger issues. Don't let their issues become your issues. What are you afraid of? Is it rational? We all live with the risk of driving. Most accidents happen within 10 miles of home. Why? Because most driving happens within 10 miles of home. So it's a risk. However, it's a very, very small risk. We have to manage our risk every single day. When we put out a book, do you have people who read it? Could they and those people who pre-read it, do they check to make sure that you're really not untoward with your story, with your approach to characters or plot? So that comes down to, can you do anything about your fear? So if you're afraid of offending people, is it valid or not? Because there are some people who are ready to be offended, whether you've offended them or not. And they will be most vocal in how they are offended. And you can't do anything about those people. However, you can entertain the other 95%. You can live a very, very healthy life by not being afraid of the stuff that is low risk or low possibility of happening. Because I could get hit by a meteor here. Okay, should I worry about that? No, I waste a perfectly good worry on something that's not going to happen. Not likely to happen, shall we say. The good thing is, if you can't do anything about it, you have to shove it out of your head and get back to doing what you're doing. Like, oh man, somebody might troll me if I publish my book. Somebody might say I'm the worst author they ever read. Hey, good news. They read your book anyway. You got paid for it. There you go. So getting paid for your book, even though they'll say it's the worst book ever. It's like the Dread Pirate Roberts. But you have heard of me. No, we don't want negative press. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be pilloried. Nobody wants to be dragged down, especially from somebody else's misimpression of your story or you. And you can't control that. You just got to put it out there and try to appeal to that 90+% of the folks who are decent and normal human beings who take things at face value read your book and say, hey, this is good. So don't let the fear win. What are you afraid? Face your fear, figure out what that fear is coming from, and address it, and then push it aside if it's not completely reasonable. Like me in the battle with the rat. It's really not reasonable. There's no battle going on. The rat runs off the porch if I yell at it. I stomped. He was unimpressed by that. But so what? So what? He has made no aggressive efforts at me. So my fear is growing more unreasonable. And the landlord's actually going to come by and put some traps out and stuff later today. So that'll take care of that. And then I get back to business, being here, writing, hopefully, despite the discomfort of the chair. I need to get some good words over the next few days because I'm coming in towards the end of the story and need to make the magic happen. All righty then. There we go. Face your fear. Identify that's the hardest thing, is identify really where the fear is coming. Road rage. It's not what you did as a driver. Something else is going on in somebody's mind that they didn't just take it out. Catalyst. So face your fear, identify your fear, then face your fear, and then get back to life and start living. As of right now, if you're listening, you have a 100% track record of making it through the day. Peace, fellow human.